Hi, I'll explain the test first, and then I'll show you the code quickly. So this is a starting window. So we have to enter ID and name. Pin button. Then I click register. Then it will generate a pin. This is 29. Then I say click OK. So this is the home. Sorry, this is the home of the test. So in here, to start the exam, we have to click start exam button. So then it prompts to enter user ID and the pin. I wrongly typed the pin. So let's see, wrong student ID or pin. Then I'll type again. It was 29. Then the exam starts. So I'll first start the math test. So in the math test, we have to select 4 questions, select one answer out of four options. So it starts from the tougher question, then it if we give the answer to one, then it moves to the toughest one. If we cannot answer this one, then it goes to the tough question. So I'll give the answer and click next question. So this is the toughest question here. So I'll give another answer which actually I don't know. Then this is a tough question. So I'll type 3. Then the exam finishes and it freezes for 10 seconds. Then it closes. So then I'll click critical information recognition test. So in here we have to click what is mentioned in here in this image. So it's asking to click on the butterfly. So I click butterfly. So this class implements mouse listener. So that's why it captures the mouse click. So here we have to click. This is the Arabic man. So here is the image. So now it shows good luck image for 10 seconds and it closes. So then for change I'll go for the writing test. So in the writing test it asks to enter a simple sentence. So I will type wrongly this going. So see, it's highlights and within 4 seconds it disappears. So I'll recorrect it. Then I'll type the rest of the sentence. I'm going to scroll, then click next. So next question is loading. So this is we have to enter compound sentence. I'll show you the rules later. So compound sentence need a comma. Oops, I'm going to comma and another for, no, and, or one of the compound word, and then that's the requirements for compound sentences here. And school and home, just a random answer. Then the next question is loading. So this is where to enter complex sentence. So in the complex sentence, it's asking to enter because, while, or one of those complex words. It requires that if the sentence contains one of the words, then it gives marks. I wrongly typed this one. I'm going and home. And then the testing is closing. So then I'll quickly do the listening test. So in the listening test, first it loads the tough question, then the tougher, then it moves to toughest. So first question is a simple one sentence, then the tougher one will have two sentences, and the third one has three sentences. I'll play this one. So the keyword here is, I wrongly typed this one. So this, I put table here, then I click next, then I'll play this one. So these are the two keywords out of there, and I click next. So these are the three keywords available, correct ones. So then I click next, so it finishes. Then finally I'll do this one. It's I'll wrongly type this one. Then Charles and Zebra. Wrong one. So now the question, now because all the questions with answer, now the result is displayed. So and the clock stops. So we can view the results but with our responses. This is, so we can say that what I answered was 3, but the correct was 4. And for this one it was 10, and this is what I answered. So for this is for the tougher one, and this is the toughest one. So then this is for writing. So what I typed was, I'm going to school, and the sentence is correct. The second one is, I'm going to school and home, it has comma and end, and because it's correct now, but I wrongly typed the complex one, and it says its sentence is incorrect. So the listening also is similar. So in the first one, efficient was a keyword, and but I put table, but it has, see the student, it also it compares student response with the correct response. And in the spelling also, oops, spelling similar. So which is this, I put gorgeous, which is not correct. Then J, which is a correct one. Zebra is not correct. So this all, everything is checks in the DB. So here I implemented about. So in the about, it gives a small description about the examiner. So the next, so can close it. So here you can see all the, everything is in the DB. Oh, sorry, it was 29. See, the marks are located here. So in the written one, I only got 6 because the complex one was wrong. And the first one I had a half mark, because of that I got 1. And for the second one, 5, I had 6. So listening, only the tougher one was correct. Spelling also only the tougher. Image recognition, I answered everything is correct. Math, everything is wrong. So yeah. So all the student responses stored here in the DB, so which is where we use it to display. So this is, some has comments and some is different. So it's different to the each questions, each test, and that's how it is. So I'll quickly explain the how I implemented timer and mouse listener, action listener, and all. So in the I started the timer, So I don't have time to explain all this code, so I'll quickly explain the timer. So explain one of this. It's easy. Oops, sorry. So the structure is, we have the views, then we have models which has DB access and other student class and other classes to hold the data. And then we have the controller classes. The control classes has the business logic, and it uses this model to transfer data or retrieve data from DB, and view is to display this GUI. So this is where we are implemented the timer. So I uses action listener. So once the sorry, once the timer starts, once the exam starts, the timer starts here, and then every 10 milliseconds, I think 10 milliseconds, this one runs the method. So it checks whether the time left is less than the duration. Then if the duration is the time left is still what do you call it, greater than the duration, sorry, yeah, the clock time is greater than the duration, then it closes. If not, then it goes check the timing and display the timing here. So this is where, if it's less than the 10 seconds, this is where it shows the red label and all, where it shows with the button with check on display. So here, if it's less than 10, then the label time get red, and this is where it shows the alarm. And that's the timer. I'll explain the mouse listener as well. Mouse listener was used in the image recognition. Okay, so this one is the mouse listener, and in the mouse, what happens is, this is for the timer, the bottom, I think. So in the mouse clicked event, I check whether the current question is 1, 2, or 3, and if the current question is 1, let's assume it's the first one, then it get the position of from what do you call, we set the position in the image controller where it's where the person clicks it, and also then I check with the correct area whether the position is inside that area. If it's so, then I set the marks. If not, I don't give the marks. Then it lost the second one. It goes like that. So that's the mouse listener. And also there's another in the writing I use the key listener. So this is writing, sorry, in here I use a key listener. So in the key listener, it captures the key press events. So, and if so here I uses the key press event. So if the user press space period or comma, then I go check this, go to the check last word, which I check whether the last entered keyword is spelled correctly. If it's not spelled correctly, then I use highlighter class to highlight that word. This is where I check the last word. So I check whether its spelling is correct. If not, then I use a small timer here thread. It runs for 4 seconds, and after that it removes the highlights. So then I call this method check word after highlight, which is a second check whether user corrected it after 10 seconds. If he hasn't corrected in after 10 seconds, then if he has done it, then I give half marks, because I enable this half mark flag, which uses in the controller to give marks, and where I pass the value to the controller. And also, then if not, then I put the spelling wrong flag, so he won't get any marks for that. Then that's a like the main list event handlers are used. And so the DB access uses these methods to access DB and retrieve, insert, or update data. So this is the main class holds everything. So it, and also we have student and other classes to pass the values. So, and also where I keep the images, which so the path to that images is in the DB, and also for the audios as well, which is in the listening test. Since I cannot explain everything, so that's all. Thank you.